your Superman news video for the week September 12th to September 18th, 2014. Our top news stories this week include: fans capture footage of the Batmobile for Batman v Superman in action, Warner Brothers announce a new Justice League animated miniseries, and we're giving you a chance to win a Superman infographic signed by Dean Cain. Let's check out these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, film crew for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice was spotted near Chene Park and the Detroit River earlier in the week. Gotham City gas trucks, tanks and an advertisement were spotted in the area. The next night, explosions shook the area with many locals surprised by the noise. Fans were quick to snap photos of the aftermath of the Gotham City gas explosion. Locals in Detroit were then treated to another night of loud noises later in the week, with filming on the film seeing a car chase involving the Batmobile, which also included gunfire. Then another night shoot for the movie saw the crew set up at the old Michigan Central train station. In a new interview with the UK's The Sunday Times to promote his upcoming movie Gone Girl, Ben Affleck also spoke about his decision to take on the role of Batman and the emotions needed to play the Dark Knight. Affleck said he actually shares a personality trait with the moody superhero, saying, "For me, anger is so deeply buried and contained that when it does kind of come out, it comes out in strong bursts." The Michigan Film Office issued a listing for extras wanting to work on Batman v Superman across 2 nights on October 16th and October 17th. Filming will be in Lansing, with extras needing to be 18 years or older. Those interested are asked to email a current casual photo, their name and date of birth, along with a cell phone number to wb@realstyleonline.com with Lansing extras in the subject line. J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot have fired the latest salvo in the ongoing Batman Superman vs Star Wars mashups, which until now consisted of a number of photographs showing things like Superman as a Jedi and C-3PO as Batman. With Zack Snyder having recently indicated that a stormtrooper was responsible for taking the Batmobile for a joyride, J.J. Abrams has created a video revealing the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars Episode 7 with a familiar stowaway attached to the hunk of junk. Brandon Routh, who starred as Superman in the 2006 movie Superman Returns, spoke with DJ Tanner on radio ahead of his appearance at the Saskatoon Comic and Entertainment Expo, and he spoke about playing Superman, his role as Dr. Ray Palmer in Season 3 of Arrow, and which of the recent superhero films he likes the best. Check out the 8-minute interview at our website now. We don't have TV news as such, but Warner Brothers and Machinima, the global many-to-many programming service for fanboys and video gamers, announced this week that they'll be collaborating on a new animated short-form series, Justice League Gods and Monsters Chronicles from Bruce Timm and Alan Burnett. The digital series is based on Justice League Gods and Monsters, an original animated film that will be released later in 2015. Chronicles will focus on alternate versions of DC Comics' iconic Justice League members, Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman. More details on each episode of Justice League Gods and Monsters Chronicles will be released in the coming months. In comic book news, DC Comics released their December 2014 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman related comics and products listed. Of special note was Superman number 37, in which Jeff Johns and John Romita Jr. serve up some holiday shocks. And be warned, some significant changes are in store for the Man of Steel to ring in the new year. Also in Action Comics number 37, the spread of evil supernatural forces in Smallville continues to get worse, and Superman has no way to stop it. Will his damnation contamination spread to the rest of the world? Check out the entire list of Superman comics in the December solicitations at our site now. In an all-new episode of the DC All Access videos, Dan Didio and Jim Lee answer fan questions about the comic books, talk about Future's End, and reveal that Superman and his family of characters are pivotal to what the comic book publisher has in store for 2015. With this week's release of Batman Superman Future's End number 1, writer Greg Pak spoke to DC All Access about the status of Superman and Batman's relationship 5 years in the future.
So you're actually writing Batman, Superman, Futures, and what's their relationship like 5 years from now? How are those guys playing together?
Honestly, I don't know what I can say without spoiling stuff. You know, in Future's End, we're Superman. Where'd Superman go, you know? So in this particular issue, we're going to see the immediate aftermath of this war with Earth 2. We're going to learn a little bit about what is this conflict between Batman and Superman.
With the digital release of Injustice Year 2 Chapter 24 out this week, writer Tom Taylor wrapped up the second year of Injustice Gods Among Us, but will push right into Year 3 straight away with Chapter 1 of the new volume kicking off on September 30th. As for Superman and his new yellow ring, Tom told IGN.com, "I can't say too much on this, but yes, he will be wearing the yellow ring when you see him next, and its power and Sinestro's influence will still be warping him, but someone is coming to change all of this." Comic books we reviewed this week included Superman Unchained number 8, which was reviewed by Matthew Ballinger, who gave it a lowly 1 out of 5, saying, "This is Superman at a low, and this is Snyder at a low." Superboy Future's End number 1 was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who called it a truly diabolical offering, and also rated this a 1 out of 5. Adam also reviewed Smallville Continuity Chapter 3, giving it a 4 out of 5, saying, "Taking time out to have character moments that really delve into emotion and the rich history of the series is a brilliant change of pace." T.A. Hewitt reviewed the final chapter, Chapter 24 of Injustice Year 2, giving it a 3 out of 5, saying, "Year 2 of Injustice lacked the presence and punch of its first offering." And better late than never, Alyssa Gothage reviewed Batman Superman number 13, saying, "I like the way the story flowed from Clark's predicament to Bruce's to Lois's," and she gave this issue a 4 out of 5. Superman comics available this week from September 17th include Injustice Year 2 Chapter 24 digital comic has been available since September 16th. Batman Superman Future's End number 1, which is also available in a lenticular cover. Infinite Crisis Fight for the Multiverse number 3 print edition. Justice League Future's End number 1, which is also available in a lenticular cover. Multiversity The Society of Superheroes number 1, which is available in a black and white variant cover, a Fraser Irving variant cover, a Gilliam March variant cover, and a Grant Morrison variant cover. New 52 Future's End number 20, Scribblenauts Unmasked Crisis of Imagination number 9, Supergirl Future's End number 1, which is also available in a lenticular cover, Superman Wonder Woman Future's End number 1, which is also available in a lenticular cover. Smallville Continuity Chapter 4 digital comic will be available September 19th. Infinite Crisis Chapter 19 digital comic will be available September 21st. And Superman Wonder Woman Volume 1 Power Couple hardcover. Celebrate your birthday with Superman. Check out this huge range of party supplies from our online store. Get a complete Superman birthday party pack for just $15. And how about an edible Superman bursting through birthday cake topper for $9.99? These and other great Superman party supplies are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, you'll recall that back in July, DC Entertainment reversed their initial decision to allow a Toronto family to use the Superman S-Shield on a statue dedicated to the memory of 5-year-old Jeffrey Baldwin, who died in 2002. Now the final touches are being put on the statue, with the hopes that it will be completed ahead of the official unveiling set to take place on October 18th in Toronto's Greenwood Park. Terrysblinds.co.uk have created a creative infographic on the ultimate list of superhero lairs, along with an extensive list of all you need to recreate the lair in your own bedroom. Check out the full infographic, which includes Superman's Fortress of Solitude, at our website now. Speaking of infographics, thanks to HalloweenCostumes.com, the Superman homepage is pleased to be able to give away a Superman costume infographic personally autographed by Dean Cain. The infographic examines the various incarnations of Superman's costume S-Shield in both comics and popular culture, starting with his first appearance in 1938 and culminating with the 2013 Man of Steel movie. Visit our website now to go into the draw for your chance to win this infographic signed by Dean Cain. And that's all the Superman news there was for the week, September 12th to September 18th. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone, and welcome to another super episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V, and thanks for watching. So, as most of you already know, I'm certain, a Supergirl series is apparently in development through Warner Brothers Television, and it, according to E! Online, has already been pitched to the CW. The idea, obviously they haven't filmed anything, they haven't cast anything, but they're working on the script, they're working on the idea, and according to E! Online, the CW has already turned it down. This bothers me because I've never really thought of the CW as a quality entertainment network. They did produce Smallville, they did have that on their air, and they do now have Arrow, and they have The Flash coming up. Greg Berlanti, who produces Arrow, is supposedly going to be the producer of the Supergirl show, and he says he's very excited to find out where it's going to land and where its home will be. Now, this report came after the E! Online report saying that the CW has already declined to be interested. Greg Berlanti then said that they haven't yet gone to the network. So I'm not sure exactly what is true, because if they had already gone to the CW and they had already declined the idea, then you would think Greg Berlanti would say, well, we were thinking of the CW, but we haven't gone to the other networks yet. But saying that we haven't gone to the networks yet could mean we haven't gone to any other networks, just because the assumption would be that with the success that has happened on CW in the past for WB television, that would be the initial place that they would land. And if they have gone to it and the CW has turned it down, this perturbs me, because I don't think, as I've said many, many times, Smallville was particularly a great quality show. It started off really strong, and I'm currently in the middle of restarting my Arrow watching. I watched the Arrow pilot when it aired in 2012, and it didn't catch me enough to continue. I thought it was fine, but now I'm watching it, and I've watched 5 episodes in about 2 days, and I'm really enjoying it, and I think that the quality is actually more advanced than the Smallville quality, although I will say that the first 2 or 3 seasons of Smallville I thought were great, and that's when after it started to fall apart. But now they've had a lot of experience. Arrow is going really well. They're bringing the Flash to the screen. The Flash looks a little sillier, a little jokier, and a little younger skewed. And my understanding of the CW is that one of their primary targets is like 14-year-old girls and younger. And then, of course, women. Everybody wants to get the coveted women moviegoer, TV-goer to watch. And I think that that's one of the hardest demographics to even get interested in television, science fiction, fantasy, comic books. Now with the advent of Facebook and everything over the years, I have certainly met a lot more female comic fans, female superhero fans than I was aware existed. So it's a good thing if they can come up with some female-skewed television series to, keep females watching TV. And I would think that Supergirl, for the 14 and younger and for the women categories, would be a great subject, as she is a powerful, strong-willed girl who would then be the star of her own TV show. The issue that I have with a Supergirl show is that generally Supergirl is heavily tied in with the Superman mythos. She's a thought of after character. After Superman came, they said, well, wouldn't it be cool if we had a girl character? Then we could sell comic books to girls that was really Superman in a skirt. So they created Supergirl. And in the beginning, that's really all she was, the female version of Supergirl. She's had a lot of incarnations since, although with the advent of the New 52 and a little bit before that, there hasn't really been a good Supergirl comic book in quite some time. So I'd like to see that get better, and I'm told that that's going to happen in the New 52 comic books. And I loved her appearances on the Justice League, and I loved her appearances on the Superman animated show. I love the way it was handled. I also love the Batman, Superman, Supergirl story, where they went to Apocalypse, and she became kind of infatuated with Darkseid due to magics or something like that. And then they made a movie of it as well, and it was really, really good. So there are a lot of good things that can be done. The question being, normally, it seems like DC leaves their other characters out in terms of movie characters. Now, The Flash was introduced on the Green Arrow series, which is called Arrow, and he's now going to have a spin-off series. But to have a Supergirl series, you would think Superman would need to be involved in some way or another, as he came first. But I'd be interested to see how they're going to handle it without his involvement. Usually, when there's a movie franchise going on, the WB television and the WB movie divisions are usually separate entities and somehow and for some reason don't work well together and don't entertain the thought of somehow combining. Marvel's doing it really well. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has already had crossovers from a number of the characters from the movie universe, so why not? They're bringing Peggy Carter to the screen, the small screen. She started in Captain America. I believe Captain America's been on the series. I believe Thor's been on the series. Certainly Nick Fury has been on the series, so I'm not sure why WB can't seem to get their two divisions to work together, but maybe that'll be something that they'll go for in the future, as they are seemingly copying Marvel's blueprint for movies and now possibly for television. So I guess I hope it comes to series, but I would like to see Superman tie-ins if that were the case. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky.